Welcome back to Quality Silent Films for another nostalgic journey into the past. This time, we're heading to 1916. The world was in chaos. World War I was sweeping through Europe, pulling more nations into its turmoil. Meanwhile, in the United States, President Woodrow Wilson was re-elected, promising to keep America out of the conflict. On the cultural side, a young Charlie Chaplin had just signed a groundbreaking deal with Mutual Film Corporation, solidifying his status as a cinematic legend. Motion pictures were rapidly evolving, and comedy was at the forefront of this transformation. Tonight, we're thrilled to present His Bread and Butter, a delightful silent comedy short from 1916 that perfectly captures the slapstick brilliance of the time. Running just under 20 minutes, it's a fast-paced showcase of physical humor, impeccable timing, and the vibrant energy that defined early screen comedy. What makes this film particularly captivating? A food fight with impressively choreographed chaos, a touch of romantic satire, and a cast featuring three of the era's most beloved comic talents, all guided by one of early Hollywood's most creative directors. Mann takes center stage as our bumbling hero. With his expressive face and flexible physicality, Mann was one of the original Keystone Cops. Peggy Pearce shines as the leading lady, bringing charm and cleverness to her role, a frequent collaborator of Chaplin and a standout in her own right. And then there's Slim Summerville, tall, lanky, and wonderfully awkward, providing the kind of physical contrast that silent comedy thrived on. At the helm is Edward F. Cline, a trailblazing director who would later help shape the careers of both Buster Keaton and W.C. Fields. His early work here gives us a glimpse into the visual creativity that silent comedies would soon master. While His Bread and Butter may seem like a light-hearted romp, it occupies a fascinating spot in silent film history where the rough-and-tumble slapstick was evolving into something more polished, and character-driven comedy was beginning to take shape. Thank you for joining us for this film. Settle in and enjoy the show.
Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
Liftoff of mission 41D, the first flight of the orbit of Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
3, 2, 1, 0, 0.
Discovery, go and throttle up. Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
We hope you had a great time watching this classic from early 1916. You've just experienced his bread and butter, featuring one of the original Keystone Cops, Hank Mann. This short film marks a significant moment in the development of screen comedy. By 1916, slapstick had evolved from a chaotic novelty into a true form of cinematic art. His bread and butter is a key part of that transition, where visual gags were becoming more refined, and comedic actors were starting to convey deeper stories through their movements, gestures, and expressions. It's a quick film, but it's packed with clever timing, strong character portrayals, and a sense of comedic structure that would shape silent comedy for years to come. One of the standout features of this film is its confident use of physical contrast. The trio of Hank Mann, Peggy Pearce, and Slim Summerville brought different energies that complemented each other beautifully. Mann's playful mischief, Pearce's grace and poise, and Summerville's lanky awkwardness. The film's timing, especially in its more chaotic moments, reflects a level of discipline and planning that was becoming increasingly important in effective screen comedy. Hank Mann had a long and successful career in comedy, starting with his work under Mack Sennett at Keystone. His expressive face and acrobatic body language made him a perfect fit for the early silent film era, helping to shape the look and feel of American slapstick. Peggy Pearce, often remembered as one of Charlie Chaplin's early screen partners, was a talented comedian who added nuance and sparkle to her performances. Slim Summerville had a natural knack for deadpan absurdity and would go on to become one of the most beloved character actors of both the silent and early sound eras. The film was directed by Edward F. Cline, who would later become one of Buster Keaton's key collaborators. Cline's direction in this piece is sharp and witty, hinting at the sophistication he would later bring to comedies like 1 Week and The Balloonatic. Even at this early point in his career, Cline showcased a keen eye for movement and spatial humor. Produced by Keystone Studios, his bread and butter was shot in Edendale, California, back when it was the bustling hub of silent film comedy. The studio, established by Mack Sennett, was at the forefront of the slapstick movement, where many stars of the genre honed their skills. Keystone's rapid production pace required a creative spark, and this film is a prime example of how they could whip up laughs quickly and effectively. Once thought to be lost, the film was rediscovered in the 1970s in a European archive and has since been restored, giving today's audiences a rare peek into the evolving years of early American film comedy. While it didn't get much attention in the trade press, local newspapers hailed it as a lively and laugh-filled photoplay. Thanks for joining us to enjoy this silent film comedy classic. We hope it brought you some giggles and hearty laughs, and that it deepened your appreciation for the silent film era. Be sure to come back soon for more, right here at Quality Silent Films.